Now, recently named one of the top 8 women who are changing the world for animals through food, Tammy FRYS is an avid crossfitter. She's a karate champion, self-defense coach, a surfer, a businesswoman, mom of 2 young boys, and wife and general superwoman. And it is only fitting that in the days leading up to Women's Day that we have such an inspirational powerhouse of a lady in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tammy FRYS. Come on. It's great to have you here, Tammy.
Thank you so much for inviting me on the show.
And congratulations on the achievement. One of the top 8 women that are changing, or people that are changing the world for animals through food. That must be quite something for you, especially given your journey. I mean, how special is that achievement for you?
I mean, it was a surprise. I didn't really know about it. I didn't enter a competition. I was just advised. So, yeah, it's a huge honor. And it's something I'm really passionate about, you know, growing up as a vegetarian. I was actually born a vegetarian. I just could never face eating animals. Yeah. And advocating for plant-based diets throughout my life and being part of the FRYS family. I mean, it's funny that I was born that way and now all we do is advocate for plant-based living. Yeah,
and I mean, your passion stretches that far out that you actually want to see a world in which fish does not serve as a source of food, or at least a main part of food, right? So why is this so important to you?
Well, me personally and my family are very passionate about the ocean. Mm-hmm. I love surfing. I'm a diver, so it's something that's very close to my heart.
I forgot to add that to the resume. It's a diver as well.
No, I mean, you know, just weekend warrior stuff. Yeah, it's something that's close to our heart. And the statistics show that by 2048 we will see a fishless ocean. And I think that people have to actually start taking action. That's devastating to think that by 2048 there will be no fish left in the ocean. And people need to start taking responsibility for the food that they choose, because I think, you know, what we're seeing in Mother Nature is sort of like a chronic disease almost, and we're losing almost 10,000 species of fauna and flora to extinction every single year, and it's devastating to see. So I think, you know, as consumers, we have so much power by just choosing more conscious foods and cutting back. Really, I think that's the message: is just cut back, because the ocean is a source of so much oxygen. It sequesters carbon, and when we start to destroy that system, we destroy ourselves as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So would you say that we are cutting back in significant enough ways if you take a look at how veganism as a trend has now arisen globally? In fact, I think South Africa as a country, we're seen as one of the top 30 countries that are taking up veganism. Cities like Cape Town, Stellenbosch, Randburg, very popular cities with veganism. Do you think that we're doing enough in order to usher in this new age of plant-based living?
I think everybody's trying. I think we've got a long way to go, but you're seeing growth of plant-based diets in the US by 600%, the UK 300%. These are big numbers. So we're almost reaching a tipping point where I think a lot more people will go plant-based as it becomes easier. And things like plant-based meats make it so easy. This is not a challenging thing to do. Nowadays, if you've got plant-based meats, you can just switch out the meat and you're still getting all your protein, you're getting all the nutrients you need. You don't have to think about it too much. Your kids are still going to eat it. You know, you don't have to feed them Brussels sprouts and boiled broccoli and cauliflower. Those days are long gone. So there's so many tasty things that you can eat to replace meat.
We were talking about this just earlier on while Graham was doing the other interview, talking about the prawn-style pieces, and I asked you what's in it. And after you told me what exactly is in it, is at the end of the day, it still tastes exactly like prawns. So if it's the flavor you're looking for, it's there. You're not missing out on anything. So it's just a matter of kind of changing your psyche about what it is that you're eating and how it contributes to your body as well, most importantly. Not just taking away from the oceans, but what it's doing to your body, right?
And all the products are just, they're natural. Like, I think people have got this misconception that, because it's not meat, it must be this highly processed thing. But these are just natural ingredients put together, you know, like soy proteins and natural spices and seasonings. We use nori seaweed, which makes it taste more like the ocean. These are simple ingredients. It's not something that's grown in a lab or, you know, something foreign that you've got to be scared of. These are just plant-based foods that allow you to get that protein in your meal.
So if people are looking to make that switch to a more plant-based kind of life, What are some of the tips that you can share with us in order to start that process? Because it can be quite daunting.
Yeah, I think just doing things like meat-free Mondays, starting with 1 day a week and extending that, learning new recipes, jumping online, and I mean, I've got a blog with recipes. There's plenty of blogs out there that you can follow to be inspired. Buy yourself a vegan cookbook and just start getting inspired to change what you're cooking at home, and make it simple and easy. So don't try and, you know, produce some MasterChef meal when you do plant-based. Just keep it simple so that you don't get overwhelmed early on. And I always say eat a wide variety. So try and get as many plant-based foods as you can, different fruits and different vegetables.
Fantastic advice. Tammy, thank you very, very much.
You.
And of course, don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with Tammy to fry up some plant-based goodness in our kitchen.